Today's lesson is polynomials. This is lesson 9.1 in your textbook, and we're splitting this lesson into two parts. The objective for the lesson is to classify polynomials and write them in standard form. This is your important vocabulary. You should be able to define what a monomial, a polynomial, standard form of a polynomial, what the degree of a polynomial is, what is a binomial, and a trinomial. Monomial is an expression that is a number, a variable, or a product of a number and one or more variables. Here are some examples. We saw monomials in Chapter 8 when we learned to simplify exponents. The degree of a monomial is the sum of the exponents of its variables. Next, we have the definition of polynomials. Poly means what? Many, of course. So mono means one, so polynomial means many monomials. A monomial, or the sum or difference of two or more monomials, is the book definition. There are different types of polynomials depending on how many terms they have and what their degree is. We write polynomials in standard form, which means we order the monomials in order from greatest to least. And that goes back to the degree of the monomial. So the highest degree will go first and the smallest degree will go last. The number of terms in a polynomial determines the name of the polynomial. So there's names that we give different types of polynomials. Here are some of those names. You can find this same table in your textbook. If it has two terms, one term and two terms. A term is separated by a plus or a minus sign. So you have 1, 2. The degree is 1 because the exponent is only with the x. It's a linear equation. There's two terms, so we call it a binomial. Bi meaning two. The next equation has how many terms? 1, 2, 3. The degree is 2 because that's the highest exponent. So we call it a quadratic equation. But because it has 3 terms, the polynomial is called a trinomial, meaning 3 terms. The next expression, 4x cubed, is a degree of 3. Is a degree of 3, so we call it cubic. It has 1 term, so it is a monomial. Mono meaning 1. 9x to the 4th power plus 11x has a degree of 4. That's the biggest exponent. So it's a 4th degree equation. No special name. Has 2 terms, so what do we call it? Binomial. Bi for 2 terms. Now, these 3 equations are very important. You'll need to know the names of these 3. If the degree is 1, it's linear. If the degree is 2, it's quadratic. And if the degree is 3, it's a cubic equation. But the other 3 things you need to know is what type of polynomial it is. Is it a binomial, a trinomial, or a monomial? Remember that this is determined by the terms and this is determined by the degree. Here are some examples. Let's count how many terms we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it's more than 3 terms, it's just a polynomial. Alright, what is the degree of this polynomial? Again, remember the degree of a polynomial is the biggest exponent. So you just add, say the degree is 4. Alright, the next one, how many terms do we have? 1, 2. Because we have 2 terms, this is called a binomial, and it's to a degree of 4, so it doesn't have a special name. What about number 3? We have 1, 2, 3 terms. So because there's 3 terms, it is called a trinomial. And the degree of this trinomial is 2, so the equation is a quadratic equation. That is the end of the lesson. Please review and study and go back and take notes on the PowerPoint.